All right, have not fans, you know the drill. If you haven't done so already, be sure take a moment to hit that subscribe button, notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any new content I have posted on the channel. And what we're going to do real quick is take a brief look at the explosive cliffhanger that Tyler Perry gave us at the end of the last episode. Yeah, so David definitely took quite a trip, and not to the furniture store as he had planned with Erica. Literally got blown halfway across the yard and right in front of the camera. I mean, honestly, I can't say it enough. The camera work on this season was fantastic. It was great. The different angles, the lighting, the outside shots, incredible. But that explosion literally sent the man in front of the damn camera. Like, literally, it's crazy to think that people were joking around, including myself, about how David smacked Veronica into another network, and now he got blasted out of the TV in front of everybody, landing on our couch. It's just hilarious to think about. But this video is the first in a three-part series I'm going to do, talking about David and the aftermath of the explosion. In part one, which is, well, this video right here, I'm just going to be talking about my thoughts about whether or not David actually survived. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I think that's an obvious yes, that David Harrington did survive the explosion, in my opinion. I already did a video about Erica. I think she's dead. I mean, the fireman does say that we have a casualty, and I watched the trailer in that particular scene a bunch of times. Then I put on the closed captioning, and it said casualty, not casualties. And from there, we can pretty much assume that, well, you know what? Erica's dead. David is probably a little banged up. Now, in this video, probably not super long, I just want to say that I do feel like David probably and maybe is a bit scarred up. Here's what I mean. Going all the way back to season 3, which I know is very hard to imagine because, well, that was a long time ago. And another reason why Tyler Perry should definitely have this show on reruns and or DVD. But after, you know, the whole Veronica burning down the house with David still in it scenario, and I think this took place either the morning of Amanda's funeral or, no, actually, I think it was after the funeral. And basically, David confronted Veronica about it, and she was laughing. It's like, oh, so you were trying to kill me. David, I wasn't trying to kill you, baby. I just wanted you a little burned up, a little scarred up. That way no other woman will want you except for me. I think that would be very interesting because I feel like the car explosion scene was definitely a symbolism for many reasons. Number one, at the beginning of this season, back in January, or even at the end of last season, when you think about it, the car wreck, we were under the assumption that maybe Veronica did die. And then we saw later on that Melissa was out of the car, but the car itself was on fire at some point. And we were like, oh my God, is Veronica going to die in a car fire? And now you look at the fact that this season, or this mid-season, whatever you call it, basically before the show went on break on Tuesday, we saw that there is potential death or deaths from a car catching on fire. So Erica most likely died while Veronica survived, and Veronica came out of that with, you know, had to stay in the hospital for about a day or so due to smoke in her lungs. But in this situation, I'm pretty sure Erica is dead while David possibly has some bodily harm on him, which I feel will be interesting to go all the way back to what Veronica said that she wanted David to go through, to be so messed up. Well, maybe not fully burned or anything, but messed up to the point where no woman would want him except for her. So I feel like David did survive the explosion. If Tyler Perry does do the whole scarred up, banged up thing, that will be interesting because that means it goes all the way back to a few seasons ago when she tried to, almost burnt him alive in the house. Whereas in this scenario, it's like she was going for the kill, but he survived, but he's not going to come out of it 100% okay. So that's why I feel like he might be a little banged up for the sake of what Veronica wanted, which would be interesting because no woman would want him. And now he's alive when she wanted him dead, but that will be worse for him. And I do have 2 other videos I'll be doing. One is about the possibility of a Diary of a Mad Black Woman spinoff, not like a spinoff movie, but in terms of the situation that happened in that movie happening in the haves and the have-nots. And then also the possibility of a coma or amnesia, which some people say that happened in Empire as well. But as I said before, never really watched the show aside from like the first season or so. So I don't really know what happened with Lucien. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think David survived the explosion? If he did, do you think he's 100% okay? Do you feel like he is a little banged up and scarred up like I suggested, which throws back to what Veronica mentioned to him back in season 3? Do you think he's going to be in a coma or have amnesia? Or do you think it's going to be a Diary of a Mad Black Woman situation where Veronica is going to be Helen or Helena? Taking care of her husband that threw her out of the house, while Veronica is going to be in her dream house taking care of David. But those 2 videos will be coming at another time, so if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Those videos will be coming in the near future. Spread this video around. Let's see if we can get this video to 10,000 views within 48 hours, and I'll talk to you all later.